We can easily be deceived. In the financial industry, it bugs me when I have to do this stuff, when I have to talk about the financial industry that I'm in, all the deceptions, legal and illegal, that go on in our industry. The con men, the sociopaths, the prognosticators, they're all out to deceive you. And unfortunately, there's a lot of sociopaths in the financial industry that don't care anything about you guys. They just want your money. The FBI estimates that every single year Americans lose $40 billion. It's not every 5 years, not every 10 years, every single year. And I kind of believe that statistic. This is a folder that I keep in my computer. And every month I get dozens of publications that come across my desk and in my inbox from the financial industry. And every time they have a fraud, I save it to the computer. I put fraud yet another, Ponzi scheme yet another, and the date. And I save it. I can't possibly share all these with you in class. I printed one out today. But the themes are common about what people fall for. So I'm going to teach some of that stuff to you today. But this is 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, so far 2018. Every single year, it never, ever, ever stops. The new fraud is going on as we sit in this room right now. It's absolutely crazy. You have to be careful. And the sad thing about it, every one of these little file folders represents dozens and sometimes hundreds and thousands of victims. All victims. Tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars gone permanently. A lot of these people ignored the red flags, and I'm going to teach you the red flags today. You can't ignore the red flags. You have to learn them. First of all, the length of time that someone has been in business is irrelevant. Some of these Ponzi schemes and scams have been going on for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years before they blow up. Credentials are irrelevant. Credentials can be faked. References are irrelevant. Every once in a while, I'll get a new prospective client. Maybe some of you in the room ask me the same question. I don't know. John, can you give me some references? I go, sure, I can give you some references, but it won't help you to check out the advisor. I'll show you how to check out an advisor. You check it out through the regulatory agencies. What's the con man going to do if you ask for references? Yeah, fake ones, exactly. And they'll be really good, really good. You should do at minimum a basic check on the financial professional. A lot of these guys in those folders that I showed you were crooks to start out with, and if they would have done a basic background check, they would have never sent them a dime. And if you hear this, it's a proprietary secret investment strategy, run for the hills. Okay? Everything Scott and I do for you is out in the open. How we manage your money, it's all publicly traded securities that you can check out. All large companies that hold your money. Here's the other big thing. A lot of those people in those folders didn't have a third-party custodian to be able to verify what the advisor told them. It was just like, give me your money and trust me, I'll invest it the way I'm telling you we're going to invest it. And that's what happened. And of course, it either became a Ponzi scheme when they started losing a ton of money and they couldn't get out of it, or they started out stealing it to begin with. Makes it easy to falsify statements. Makes it easy to do anything they want with your money. We'll talk about a little bit more about that later, but Scott and I have third-party custodians for you guys. The other common theme is they invest in out-of-the-ordinary financial products. Crazy stuff like unregistered investments. All of our investments with you guys are registered. That means they're publicly traded. You can go in and check them out. Now, it doesn't mean that they can't lose money from time to time, right? They can go down in value. But if they're unregistered, there's no way for you to check them out. It's like a trust me factor. Don't do it. Penny stock, pump and dump. A lot of them got caught up in that. Promissory notes. The one here on your desk, I just wanted to show you one example, but this is a common theme throughout those folders. This was just yesterday that I got this in my inbox. $55 million, 150 investors, gone. Okay? Promissory notes, promising 12%, guaranteed, safe, all that kind of stuff. Been in business since 2010. Okay? It doesn't matter. Don't buy into the empty promises. And it's especially hard because every once in a while, maybe our prudent, broadly diversified portfolios are down for a quarter. Maybe they're down 5% or 10%. And then you get this empty promise from this guy that you say, hey, I'm going to give you 10, 12%. You take your money out of that, you give it to him, and then the money's gone a year or two later. Energy investments, oil and gas drilling. I've got this mother lode of oil in Colorado. We found it. All we got to do is go get it now. So we're looking for investors. We're going to pay you 15%. And once we start pulling it out of the ground, we're going to give you your money back plus another whole bunch on top of that. And then all of a sudden, a couple years later, well, it wasn't as big as we thought, or maybe they were scam artists to begin with and the well was dry. Be careful. In our portfolios, we have the big energy companies. Why would you need to do that? You don't need to do that. Distressed real estate schemes, give me your money, I'll buy a bunch of real estate and make you a killing. No need to do that. We have publicly invested real estate investment trusts. Gold and precious metal investments, the old bait and switch. I'll show you what they do a little bit later on that. You see all the gold commercials right on TV and the silver commercials on TV. I'll show you a couple today. Life settlement contracts. Buying a life insurance policy on someone that's supposedly terminally ill. A lot of fraud in that end of the industry. Scam artists using self-directed IRAs instead of the big brokerage houses like TD Ameritrade or Charles Schwab or Fidelity or those. They get these little self-directed IRA custodians. You put it in there and they allow you to do anything you want with your money. So then the scam artist takes the money out of the IRA and either steals it or invests it poorly, and then the money's gone. And then you're stuck with a big tax bill. Bogus or exaggerated credentials. Securities offered by unlicensed professionals. Again, a lot of those victims didn't check out to see if their professionals were even licensed.